Okay, let's get started with the trade recap on June 12th, 2025. So first, starting off the higher time frames. I really didn't know if I was gonna take a trade today just because it just really wasn't looking that juicy. Um, we just it was just kind of in a weird place when price opened. Um, but if we go in the 5 minute, we see news came out 8:30. PPI came in good. Jobs still higher than expected, but in my opinion, this is still pretty good. You know, it's in line with the previous. And the reason it's good, in my opinion, not necessarily for the markets, but just because only 6K more unemployment came after all the layoffs and stuff we've been having. I think that's pretty good. So just like yesterday, I don't know about today, but maybe tomorrow we'll see this data low get taken. I would definitely be looking for some sort of displacement lower and a retracement to get in to see if we can take these lows. Probably won't happen today though. Um, so market opened. I was looking on NQ, see it with this fair value gap. Usually, if it's a fair value gap made on 930, I don't really pay too much attention to it. But I still do keep it in the back of my mind how it was respecting this one. Came up in here, seeing this one getting respected, rejections out of here. I got in right about here. My stops started below here. And then I saw this happen. And I moved my stop, which I probably shouldn't have done, obviously, because I got stopped out and it ran to my target. So that was a little bit of me just being antsy, and I should have left my stop right here, which the trade would still have been valid, you know, um, as you can see. And I was targeting these equal highs over here. And then we also have all this volume imbalance. So we might get up into here. This is a new day opening gap. So that was the first trade I took. You can see the executions here. So we got stopped out of that one. The second trade I took. So after this happened, I see it move up pretty violently, bringing above these highs. Same thing on ES. And ES today was moving a little bit faster and a little bit stronger to the upside. So I see that. I see this little fair value gap. Um, I remember that pattern I was talking about where it's kind of like the flat top, and then yeah, I'll draw it out for you guys. Where is so if we have like just imagine that's a flat line, and then we have like so prices candle get smaller, smaller, smaller. This is the only pattern that I believe in for all like the fundamental people and all that. So we get tighter, and then usually it breaks above, breaks below. It works 90% of the time. So we see that happen, breaks above. We see this little volume balance get filled. Um, didn't come to a fair value gap, which in my opinion was fine. And I got in before that because um, if you really wanted to get up here, this is going to use as like a not a propulsion, just as momentum. And if it really was really on size, then we wouldn't have filled this gap. So I got in right about here, stops below here because the trade still would have been valid. I didn't touch my stops, and we were targeting the same equal highs on ES. And as you see, we got some volume imbalances, some fair value gaps that it could come potentially fill. I don't mark the daily and the weekly fair value gaps or opening gaps on ES, just because I usually trade NQ a lot more. So we got in right here, stops here, and then we got out. Usually, um, I don't set a take profit. I just wait and I'm watching, and because sometimes it could run up really high, and if it does, I'll just get out up there. So I don't really limit myself, but if I'm seeing this kind of Neanderthaling around, and I just won't play with my money, and I'll just get out. and we see ES running, and Q running to the New Day opening gap. Um, and yeah, let me show you the executions. Got in here, got out up here, and that's the trade recap for today. Um, Safe trading.